We are forever trying to make sense of this crazy epiphany we call life. We didn't ask to be here, yet we're born on a random place on this mud ball in space. We could be born rich, we could be born poor, we could be born in the United States, we could be born in El Salvador. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. And it's just crazy how, there's so many different variables to life, your status, your money, your race, gender, all these different things that can affect your life. And we're all just trying to make sense of it. And sometimes you're always striving to try and figure out life. You're trying to figure out, what is my purpose? Why am I here? What do I need to do? And a lot of people take the societal route, like our society is built around working, earning money, getting a good job, and then eventually building a family, whatever. Now, some people don't fit into that. And for those people who don't want to go into that system, you feel a bit like an outlier. You feel kind of different to everyone else. Everyone else is just sort of going with the flow. Yeah, I'll choose this career. Yeah, I'll date this person, whatever. And just get on with it. Whereas you want something more. And you're trying to figure out what it is you want exactly. Now for me, I want financial freedom. There's nothing I would love more than being able to travel the world, just experience new things, not have a care in the world, whilst having great friends and a beautiful woman by my side. That is my ideal life. But then it's like, okay, how do I get to that ideal life? Well, of course, I've got to make money. Money makes the world go round. And there's certain routes I can take to make a lot of money. I could become a doctor, become a lawyer. Those are the high status jobs that make a lot of money. But in the UK specifically, we have the NHS, and it's a very broken system, and doctors are underpaid. There are a lot of staff in the NHS are underpaid, work too many hours, and it's just too much stress. A lot of people go into that career to help people when it turns them into a very sad person, very depressed person, and completely exhausted. And it's a real shame. And then with lawyers, it's like I could end up defending someone who I know's committed a crime, and I have to defend them because it's my job. And there's all these dilemmas. And when you're younger, you do sort of put a burden. We put so much pressure on our future selves without even realizing it. We put the pressure on our future selves. For example, if you're a student and you refuse to study now, your future self is going to have to deal with the consequences of your poor grades. If you don't decide to get healthy now and stop eating junk food and start exercising, your future self is going to have to deal with increased fatigue, increased health problems, increased weight, and shorter lifespan. And we also put the massive burden on our future selves of having everything figured out. We want our future selves to suddenly wake up one day, have this vision, this magic message from the sky of what we're going to do with the rest of our lives. That we're going to be able to speak to who we want, be a confident person, not worry about anything, not care what people think, and just have it all made in the shade. That isn't going to happen. Not if you're not going to take action. Because you're not just going to suddenly wake up one day and have all of these traits and abilities and knowledge. It's just not how it works. And even if you do the right thing, and if you want these abilities, you do the right thing and level up your social skills, build up your physique, your communication, get one step closer to finding your purpose, proactively look for your purpose. No matter how many times you do these things and actually achieve them, there's people who have got everything they wanted in life or everything they thought they wanted, and they still feel empty. How crazy is that? You've got famous people who always wanted to be famous, who now wish they could just be a nobody again. You've got millionaires, billionaires, who wish that they were just earning average money. You've got people who have got intense status, who wish they could just walk in the park without being interrupted. And it's really, really sad because we don't know what we've got till it's gone. And, you know, from a perspective of someone who's never had major status or major money, I might find that to be crazy. Like, why would you've achieved all your goals, aren't you happy? But us as humans are forever chasing something that doesn't exist. We're always chasing an idea. We're always chasing, oh, if I do this, then I'll be happy. But is that really happiness? Is that really your idea of happiness? Are you just trying to come up with something thinking, oh, it makes other people happy, so it'll probably make me happy? And what's also funny is that there's people in their 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, reaching the end of their life, who still haven't figured out life. They've had more experiences, more smiles, more laughs, more despair, more sadness than the majority of people on earth, yet they still cannot figure out what life is all about. I mean, people have, ideas. People say, oh, life's about taking care of your family, your health, the people around you. But we've still not figured it out, right? We're all just guessing. We're all just saying, oh, this is the right thing to do. I should do this. But what also comes with that is a wonderful idea of that we don't have to do anything. You don't have to be a doctor if you don't want to. You don't have to go down a specific path. Life is what you make it. And of course, you're going to have people that judge you from that. I know there's parents that pressure you into going into a certain career, having a certain lifestyle, marrying a certain person. But ultimately, you've just got to do what's right for you. And stop worrying so much about having it all figured out, because we can't figure it all out. We can't figure out this crazy, crazy blip in existence that we are. We'll never be able to figure it out, no matter how advanced of a civilization we are. We'll never be able to figure out, all these wonderful things around us, but we can appreciate them. We can be grateful. We don't need to have our thoughts worrying about the future, hoping our future self suddenly has this magical idea in their heads. We need to start appreciating the present moment, stop worrying so much, and realize we'll never have it all figured out, so we may as well just start living. We may as well put our foot in the right direction and start walking to a better tomorrow and choosing the life that is best for us, best for the people around you, and being happy, being fulfilled. Because what a wonderful world this could be. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this very deep one, guys. I'll see you in the next one. God bless. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe. Can't forget that. I wish you a very wonderful, fandabidosi day. God bless. I'll see you in the next one. And as always, you take very good care of yourself.